Bright like a roaring fight, picturing dreams under stadium lights. Sweat and fire, hearts ignite. Even sparks will fade.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the beginning of the week. It's Monday sucks.
Highlights while scores collide. It's the
Early
ride.
evening sports with favorite Ginch. I'm your host, Ryan Nick. I'm just doing here on the Cole County Entertainment Network and Boost Media. It's balmy here in the Northeast. It was 76 degrees today. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 74. Wednesday it's supposed to be almost 80. And then next week it's supposed to snow. There you go, figure it out. I have no idea. The world's going to shit, going to hell in a handbasket. But thanks for tuning in. Hey, look, all kinds of stuff happening. NFL free agency. It's been like the transfer portal in college. March Madness, we are 6 days and counting until Selection Sunday. I fill out your brackets. You'll be tearing them up after the first day anyway. I'm bringing him on. There he is, Mr. David Wallencheck from Redline Radio, Steel City Renegades. Mr. Dave, thanks for joining.
Hey, Ryan, appreciate you for letting me jump in here on a free agent frenzy a Monday for the NFL. It's Christmas time for some teams, man.
I've got to pick your brain. What stands out to you in today's free agency? What surprised you? What didn't shock you?
Well, surprised me was right off the rip the Alec Parsons or Pierce deal. What he signed for $114 million. He's making $28 million. Let me go to this. I think it's like $28 million a year. Yeah, $28.5 million a year. Total guaranteed money is $84 million. So he's making $28 million a year, 4-year deal.
And again, as we were talking in the green room earlier, before we came on, I'll say this about Alec Pierce. Like I told Dave, one game he'll catch 5 catches for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then the next 3 games combined, he'll catch like 10 passes for like 50 yards and no touchdowns. But hey, look, he got paid. Colts were willing to pay him, so if the owners are willing to pay it, more power to them. I was kind of surprised that my Chiefs signed Kenneth Walker III. I thought that he was going back to the Seahawks. Obviously, couldn't turn down what the Chiefs were offering him. So he goes to the Chiefs, which I am pleasantly surprised because we had no running game, as last year indicated. We just could not run the football, and maybe having Kenneth Walker III, and if he stays healthy, Dave, it'll just open everything else up for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it sure will. It'll open it up, and that's what they needed, Ryan. I know you were on Renegades a couple times, and you were wanting a running back last year, so now they finally got one. He earned this contract by his Super Bowl MVP and his playing for 9 games. He was the backup to Charbonneau over there in Seattle, and got the starting gig probably about week 6 or 7, and there was no looking back for him. So kudos to him. I mean, team wanted to pay him. I mean, now he's got a chance to go to another Super Bowl if Kansas City can get back there. But you know who else is stacking up, Ryan? I'm looking at this free agent board, man. What the heck are the Raiders doing? They got Tyler Lauderbaum from the Ravens. They got Queedy Payne. He was with the Colts. They also got Brian Cook, the safety, 3-year, $40 million from your Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sorry. They also got Quay Walker from Green Bay. What else did they get? They got Eric Stokes re-signed with them. So they got a lot of free agents over there in Vegas. I mean, what are they doing over
there? It'll be interesting to see if they actually pick Mendoza with the first pick, or if they're going to trade out of that pick and then try to get more picks, to be quite honest with you. Look, Mendoza's he's 6'5", he weighs about 240. He can't really run the ball that well, but he's a good passer. He wins wherever he goes, but it's just something, I don't know, just something doesn't seem right for me with the Raiders sitting at 1. And I think what they're going to try and do is it'll just be interesting to see what they do come draft time, because maybe Miami needs a quarterback now. You know what I mean? Quinn Ewers, I know. He's okay, But would they try to trade up with the Raiders? It's going to be interesting to see what the Raiders do with that first pick, Dave.
They got Malik Willis. They signed him today. The Dolphins did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they got him for. Let me see how much they got him for. I think it was a 3-year.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I think it was.
So they have their quarterback.
Yeah, they have their quarterback. I think he was the first quarterback off the board.
Yeah, I just pulled up the team tracker.
3 years, $67 million. He's making $22.5 million a year, 45 guaranteed.
I think he'll do okay. I really do. When Jordan Love got hurt, he did an admirable job in Green Bay, filling in. Didn't do too bad of a job. It was with Green Bay, right? Or no?
Yeah, he was with Green Bay. He's over there with his defensive coordinator, Haffany or whatever, Mahaffey or whatever his name is. He's the new head coach over there in Miami, so he's reunited with him.
Let me go down to your Steelers.
So the Steelers, we traded for Antonio Pittman Jr. We got him for a late round swap. We also re-signed 1 year, $4 million, Asante Samuel Jr. Then we re-signed Cole Holcomb, and then the Steelers got, who else did we get? We got Jamal Dean from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which was rated the number 1 cornerback in free agency. So we got the number 1 cornerback in free agency. He's 30 years old. Steelers let Kenneth Gainwell walk. He signed with Tampa Bay, and Isaac Solomalu just signed with somebody too as well. So we need some offensive line depth.
What do you think about Pittman Jr. opposite DK Metcalf?
Well, I mean, again, you got to have somebody to throw him the football, whether it's going to be Rodgers or whether you're going to now give the keys to the ship to Will Howard, or you go get another quarterback and bring them in. I heard that Flacco might be linked to the Steelers if Rodgers doesn't come back. If Flacco's there as a backup, okay. But if that's the case, then I'm turning the reins over to Will Howard. That's what you got to do. If you don't bring Rodgers back, then you have to turn the keys to the ship over to Will Howard. You have
to. Interesting. Early on, that Mike Evans signed with the 49ers. I just think he had another 3 years, $60.4 million. I don't think there's much else he could accomplish in Tampa Bay. They're sort of on the downslide. They started off hot last year, but then they took a nosedive. I think Tampa Bay might be in a little bit of a transition period. Just going over some of the other teams here. I mean, Tennessee, they've been busy. They signed Wan'Dale Robinson. I think he was with the Giants last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he got a 4-year, $78 million contract. Holy shit, he's making 19.5. He was a number 2. He's probably a number 1 now.
They went after the 2 corners, Alante Taylor and Cordell Flott. Both 3-year deals. For Alante Taylor, it's $42 million guaranteed, and for Flott, $32 million guaranteed. Redskins, listen to me. Commanders, whatever they call themselves. Laramie Tunsil retained. Marcus Mariota, they retained. I'm just going down the list here, Dave.
Yep. The Giants are working free agents. Isaiah Likely, who reunited with Harbaugh over there. They also got Tremaine Edmonds, who's with Chicago, 3-year, $36 million. He's not worth that.
Hey, they're willing to pay it. The Jets traded for Minka Fitzpatrick, obviously, 3 years, $40 million. Don't know how much better that makes them, because we know it's the Jets. Like you said, the Giants have been busy. Who else? I was kind of surprised Etienne went to the Saints rather than stick with the Jaguars, because he's not winning anything in New Orleans. So I'm still interested to see what the Vikings do, because the little birdies been floating around all over this offseason saying that the Vikings at some point are going to offer Burrow a package, and the Bengals.
I mean, why don't you? If you want to win now, let me ask you this, Ryan. Would you be willing, if you're the Vikings, to give up 2 seconds, JJ McCarthy for Burrow, even up?
Yeah. You pair him up with Justin Jefferson and some of the other guys offensively. I think Burrow might be able to get you over the hump. Again, Minnesota defense is solid. They're not spectacular, but they get the job done. I don't think. I think they let Aaron Jones go.
Yeah, there's talks that he's linked to the Steelers for a 1-year deal. That's the talks. But you talked about Cincinnati. They're stacking up on defense, man. They got a lot of good players on defense. They just signed. They signed 5 players on defense.
I mean, they kind of had to after last year. You think? You think they had to address that? That defense was kind of pathetic last year.
Baltimore lost Charlie Kolar. Both of their tight ends they lost, so they're going to be in the market for tight end. They lost Isaiah Likely and Kolar. Kolar went to the Chargers for a 3-year, $24 million contract. He's guaranteed 17 million is guaranteed. Wow, these guys are getting paid, dude.
Now, obviously, you guys play in the same division as the Ravens. What do you think about Crosby going to Baltimore? Give me just a second, Mr. Dave, because for some odd reason I can't hear you now. And I don't know why. Give me just a second. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yep. Some odd reason I couldn't hear him. He went dead on me. You'll have this during a live broadcast on the internet. If anybody knows me and watches my shows, you'll know that technology has a way up a poop. Dave has come back in. I don't see him. There he is.
Ryan, here.
I can sort of hear you.
Hear you.
Let me take you off my earphones because for some reason I'm not. You're cutting in and out. It could be my earphones. So let me do this. Let me go here. Let me do this. You hear me? I think Dave is trying to. You'll have this, like I said before. If you watch my shows, technology has a way of shoving a red hot poker up my ass. But we were talking about Max Crosby. Does it make Baltimore better? Yes. But I will say this. Dave's coming back in. Let me pull him up. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what happened there, Ryan?
I don't know. So I had my earbuds in and I was hearing you fine. Then all of a sudden it went out. So I just pulled my earbuds out. But we were talking about Max Crosby. Dave, I'll say this. Does it make their defense better? Yes. Do I think Baltimore is going to make a Super Bowl run? I don't know, because we've been talking about Baltimore ever since Lamar Jackson took over the reins. It hasn't happened. They haven't made a Super Bowl. They always choke in the playoffs. So when you're looking across and you're seeing Max Crosby on defense, does it scare you?
Yeah, because I mean he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. He's an impact player. He's probably a top 5 or 6 defensive linemen in the game.
But overall, does Baltimore scare you?
Baltimore doesn't, but Max Crosby does.
Okay. All right. Because I said it before, until Baltimore can prove it, as is with Buffalo. If Buffalo, they still have to prove it. What is it? It's the last 11 to 12 years. It's either been New England or Kansas City in the Super Bowl. 11 out of the last 12 years. I know Cincinnati made it to 1 year, but I think it's like 11 out of the last 12 years or something. It's either been Kansas City or New England.
Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It really is. Time for these other teams to step up. I mean, my Steelers. I like some of the moves they made so far, but you got to quit sitting on your hands, especially if you're getting Rodgers back for one more year. It's win now mode. You have to win now. I mean, I'm not mad with the Mike McCarthy hiring. It was time for Tomlin to go. Jay Glazer came out and said that he knew 2 years ago that this would be Tomlin's last year, and he swore to secrecy when they were out there on the beach. He said we were on the beach, and Tomlin said that 2025 was going to be his last year as the head coach for the Steelers, and didn't tell nobody. Jay Glazer kept it under wraps for 2 years.
I was kind of surprised Anzalone left Detroit. Well, what do I know? That's why I'm not a front office guy. Half an hour ago, the Texans are signing ex-Eagles safety Mr. Blankenship. Didn't see that one.
Eagles lost a lot too on defense.
Yeah. You guys signed Samalo?
No, Isaac Samalo.
Samalo. 3 years.
He left.
Oh, you left to go to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I got you.
left to go to the Cardinals.
Just trying to keep up with the tracker here.
James Pierre went to the Vikings. Kenny Pickett, the former Steeler, he's now with the Panthers on a 1-year, $7.5 million deal. Marcus Mariota said returned. John Ridgway, the defensive lineman, who was with the Saints, he returned back to the Saints. Minshew, you mentioned that. Case Keenum returns as the backup in Chicago. And Dominique Robinson, the edge rusher, he's with the Texans. He leaves Chicago. Austin Hooper to the Falcons, reuniting with Kevin Stefanski. Cam Thomas, he's going to the Falcons too as well. Former Brown, he's going to reunite with Stefanski. LJ Collier, he's back with the Cardinals. Nick Folk, 41 years young, leaving the Jets to go play with Stefanski. Who else do we got? Noah Fant. He went from the Bengals to the Saints on and Dobbins re-signed. Zacharias left the Bears. He's now a Falcon. Man, a lot of people going to the Falcons too. Falcons are pretty busy too as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep going down the list here, see if I missed anything.
And sorry if I'm stepping on your toes with that, Ryan.
No, you're fine, man. You're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to catch up.
Jalen Phillips from the Eagles, 4-year, $120 million, $30 million a year, guaranteed $80 million.
Wow.
That's a big contract. Mike Evans, like you said, Raheem Shaheed, 3-year, $51 million to return back to the Seahawks. You guys lost Jalen Watson, cornerback, 3-year, $51 million, $17 million guaranteed. He leaves the Chiefs to go to the Rams. And Zion Johnson, the Browns only moved so far. He signed a 3-year, $49 million deal, and he's going to join the Browns. He's leaving the Chargers.
Safety Dane Belton is signing with the Jets per a source. It's a 1-year deal worth up to $6 million. So he goes from the Giants to the Jets, so he doesn't have to move.
Hey, well,
so that's a plus for him. Browns have agreed to terms with linebacker Mr. Quincy Williams.
The Browns then?
Yep.
Wow, when did that happen? Just
it says it happened about maybe 20 minutes ago. Let's see what else. Left tackle Braxton Jones is returning to Chicago. 1-year deal worth $10 million. Dead presidents. Kendrick Bourne, he's heading to the Cardinals. They reached on a 2-year, $11.47 million deal with a max value of $16.47 million. Cardinals are getting active, man.
Breaking news from Jordan Schultz. The Steelers are signing former Patriots standout Rico Dowdle to the Steelers. Back-to-back 1,000-yard rushers. So Rico Dowdle to the Steelers. That's breaking news right now, coming to you right here on the show.
Awesome. So who's your running backs now?
So it's Jalen Warren, Caleb Johnson, and Rico Dowdle, who actually tore us up when we played in Dallas a couple years back. He's familiar with the Mike McCarthy offense. I like this signing. I really do. He's 27 years old. Does the same exact thing that Kenny G did. I'm good with this. I really am. Let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited about that one, Ryan. I'm excited, man. Really excited about that one. I like that. I wanted Rico when he tore us up, and I kept saying, it was either him or Kenny Gainwell. And yes, let's go. Let's go.
All right. So here at first, Mr. Dave, he is happy about that signing. Since you're out there in Cleveland, I have to get some of your thoughts on some of your other teams. Now, are you a Cavaliers fan?
I am a Cavaliers fan.
Well, let me go to the standings as I do every Monday. It's just going to be an NFL show for the most part, but I'll pick it back up. Cavs are sitting in fourth in the East, 6.5 back of the Pistons. We got the Pistons in first, the Celtics in second, the Knicks in the third. Cavaliers are fourth, the Raptors are fifth, the Magic are sixth, the Heat are seventh, the 76ers are eighth, Hawks are ninth, Hornets 10th, Bucks, Bulls, Nets, Wizards, Pacers. You can forget about them. How you feeling about your Cavs?
Listen, man, I still think that they can get to the finals, but they got some work to do. At the deadline, I thought they should have got another big off the bench. They're real soft on the front court. The Harden deal was really good. They were rocking and rolling the first couple games with him. I think they started 6-1. They are like 6-3 now. They're actually playing right now against the 76ers. So I still think that they could get to the finals, but I mean, are they going to win it? I don't know. You got to be tough to beat either San Antonio or the other OKC. I think them are the two front runners in the West. It's probably going to be either the Cavs or the Knicks Cavs or Boston. With Tatum played pretty good. Cavs need more scoring from their bench. I think they got outscored 45-10 yesterday from their bench, and in the second quarter they only scored 10 points. So that's not going to win basketball games.
You follow hockey, Dave?
I don't follow hockey.
You don't follow hockey. Okay.
No.
Well, the Ohio team, the Columbus Blue Jackets right now, they would be in the playoffs if the season ended today. My Chicago Blackhawks suck out loud again. They are pretty much out of it. Eastern Conference in NHL, the Sabres. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Sabres are leading the Atlantic Division in hockey. I didn't see that one coming. If the season ended today in the NHL, your NHL East teams would be Carolina, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, the Detroit Red Wings, Pittsburgh Penguins, the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Islanders, and the Boston Bruins in the East. Out there in your Western Conference, your playoff teams would be the Avalanche, Stars, Wild, the Ducks, Vegas Golden Knights, Utah Mammoth, the Edmonton Oilers, and the Seattle Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. Follow NASCAR, don't you?
I do follow NASCAR.
How about my boy Blaney yesterday, huh?
Blaney, yeah. I mean, he broke the streak for MJ over there, 23-11. So kudos to him.
What do you think about NASCAR right now? The state that it's in. Are you happy that they went back to the chase? I am a diehard historian. Back when I can remember, where you showed up to the track, you qualified, you start where you qualified, wherever you finished, those are the points you got, and you went home.
I like that, Ryan, but here's my thing with the chase. I think that if you want this to be fair, you run them through all the way up to the cutoff race, which is, I can't remember what it is. Then you start not just the top 16, but everybody off at 0 and let everybody have the chance to go for the championship in the last 10 races. That's just my thoughts on that. That's what I would do. I think that would make it more fun. And I think you could give bonuses for laps led, passing cars, uh, wins, all that stuff. Because you never know. You might have a better second half of the year than you do the first half of the year and be in the running. People are going to set their cars up to be, better in the second half of the year. But I mean, I'm glad with the chases back. I didn't like it the other way. I don't like the segment racing. I don't like that. If you're going to do that, then here's what you do: you race 2 heat races at 20 or 30 laps apiece. Then you race your feature as your main event. What do 70, 75 laps, 100 laps, and be done with it. That's just how I.
Yeah, I don't like segment racing either. You know what segment racing was in the past? You race 40 laps, caution comes out for an accident. There's your segment. That's just how I think. But what do I know? I'm not the powers that be. Let's go to Major League Baseball.
How about the Major League? How about the WBC World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, I was just gonna. Scores from today.
I only watched one game of that so far.
Scores from today earlier. Korea beat Australia 7-2. They're both 2-2. They're in Pool C. Colombia beat Panama. They're both 1-3 in Pool A. Colombia beat Panama 4-3. The Dominican Republic beat Israel 10-1. Dominican Republic are 3-0. They're in Pool D. And Great Britain hammered Brazil 8-1. They're in Pool B. Great Britain 1-3. Brazil 0-4. In progress right now, Venezuela up on Nicaragua 1-0. Venezuela 2-0 in their bracket. Nicaragua 0-3. Cuba in a rain delay with Puerto Rico. They're both 2-0. Scores from yesterday, if you're keeping track at home. Japan beat Australia 4-3. Japan undefeated in Pool C. I think Japan won it the last time they played the World Baseball Classic.
Yep.
Cuba beat Colombia 7-4. Final in 7. The Netherlands got dumped by Dominican Republic 12-1. Italy beat Great Britain 7-4. Italy, that powerhouse, they are 2-0 in Pool B. Panama beat Canada 4-3. Israel beat Nicaragua 5-0 yesterday, and Mexico beat up on Brazil. Mexico with 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions wins 16-0. If you're keeping track the standings, Dave, in Pool A, Cuba and Puerto Rico on top with 2-0 records. In Pool B, 3-way tie. Mexico. Who knew that Mexico, Italy, and the United States would be tied with 2-0 records? Pool C, Japan, no surprise, 3-0. Out there in Pool D, Dominican up 3-0. I would have said before this started, Dave, it's either going to be Puerto Rico, Japan, or the U.S. that would probably win the World Baseball Classic. I don't know what you thought going into it. Can you hear me? I can't hear you again for some reason. I don't know why. Can't hear you at all. And I just refreshed. So, again, you'll have these things happen during a live broadcast. And anybody who watches my shows, like I said, technology has a way of shoving a red hot poker up my ass. So I have no idea what's going on. I hear Dave fine for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden I don't hear him. Let me try refreshing one more time. I know you can probably hear me, but talking to your microphone, see if I can hear you now. No, can't hear you for some reason. I don't know what's going on, Mr. Dave. No idea. I don't have you on mute. Let's see if he comes back in or if he's just going to bag it. And he's trying to come in now. Add him to the stage.
I'm back.
There you go. Now I can hear you.
Better than ever.
Oh, March Madness it's here. It's just in different forms.
Ryan, are you a Duke fan?
I am not a Duke fan. I can't stand Duke.
Okay, good.
Are you a Duke fan?
Hell no. I'm a Carolina fan.
Okay, Carolina. I'm a Kentucky fan. Well, top 25 action tonight. In the West Coast Conference Tournament, number 12 Gonzaga will be taking on Oregon State. And number 21 St. Mary's taking on Santa Clara. Let me go, Dave, to ESPN's bracketology. Who they have. Right now, their number one seeds are Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida. Do you agree with that? Disagree with that?
You said Duke?
Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida.
Yeah, that's who should be number one. They'll deserve it.
The two seeds, they have Michigan State, UConn. Who else? Where are they at? Houston, Illinois. They have as a 2 seed right now. A little surprising. On the bubble, last 4 byes, they have NC State, Missouri, Texas, and UCF. Last 4 in, Santa Clara, SMU, VCU, and Auburn. This really means nothing to me. I just figured I'd throw it out there. All this is going to change. You're going to have people like it wasn't Rhode Island. Who was it? UNI or something like that. Went on to win their tournament. That's going to knock somebody out of the tournament because they went on.
The Ravens keep losing all their players for the Giants.
Not another update.
Yeah, Darius Jackson or Washington signed a 1-year deal with the Giants. So looks like Harbaugh's laying it to him big time over there. You fire me, I'm going to take all your players. He's got 4 Ravens on that team right now.
Yeah. Giants doing some work, I guess. It would have been interesting to see what they would have done if Scatabo had not gone down and if Jackson Dart could have stayed healthy for most of the season. So NCAA, man, a lot of the tournaments are going to, they're starting on Wednesday. My bad. Monday. The West Coast Conference tournament starts today. Nothing tomorrow, I don't think. Let me just double check.
Who are you taking to win? The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Whole thing.
Ugh. I hate to say this because I despise that school too. Michigan. For some odd reason, I just have a gut feeling. Who do you have taking it all? And now I can't hear you again for some reason. It could be something on my end, Dave. I don't know. But you're fine for a couple minutes and then something happens. So he's going to try and come back in. Or maybe he's just going to bag it. Which it wouldn't surprise me. And that's understandable. You just have shit like this that happens. On the women's side, we have to give the women some love. The number one seeds on the women's side, we've got UConn, UCLA, South Carolina, and Texas with their big win over South Carolina. With South Carolina, Texas, UConn, UCLA are your number one seeds. According to ESPN, the number two seeds, they have Vanderbilt, LSU, Iowa, and Duke. I'm not going to go over the rankings because they don't mean anything at this point. I think they're useless. I think they're asinine. I think they're idiotic. But if we want to go to the scores today, Division One. Excuse me. The Big East tournament right now, number one UConn all over Villanova, 36-17. I'm not going to go down all of them. I guess I'll just go through the top 25. There's two top 25 action today, from what I saw, and it's UConn against Villanova. There's a lot of games on today on both sides. If I went through all of them, forget it. I'd be here forever. Maybe I'll go over them tomorrow, but it would take me like literally 30 minutes to go through all these. So it's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. NFL free agency, March Madness. Tomorrow be double duty at 6 o'clock. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably do 4 down territory, or I'll do student body right. And then after that, another edition of Early Evening Sports Buffet with the Ginch. Maybe be a long show because I'll go through all the scores. Again, my man Ryan Blaney won the race out there in Phoenix, so congratulations to him. That's the only reason I watch. I'm not a Ford guy, but I like the way Blaney reminds me of Bobby Labonte, the way he races. He doesn't bother anybody. He just keeps to himself. Pitches a lot on the radio, but whatever. So with all that being said, at the end of each show, practice compassion, practice empathy, have passion for what you do. Tell somebody you love them. You might not get a second opportunity. Hug somebody every once in a while. You might make their day. And for God's sakes, you see somebody struggling in whatever fashion, ask questions. What's bothering them? How can you get them help? How can you help? Because it might not just be saving a life. It might be saving a multitude of lives. So I think my man Fuji's Philly Flair over there on the Cole County Entertainment Network. I believe he's on the Cole County Entertainment sites, the YouTube, the Facebook, and the X, or whatever they do. And I believe Patterson Avenue Fanatics is coming up at 8 o'clock, from what I remember. So check them out. There's only one thing left for me to do. It's hot out today. It's 76. After you go through a winter time, and all of a sudden it's 76, it's kind of hard to get used to. This early, anyway. Dandy Don Meredith, take me out.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.